Day one journey, episode 1530. By the way, the 15 times 2 is 30. I never noticed such an amazing mathematical connection in the numbers of the episodes. Either way, the most powerful words in the universe are the ones that you say to yourself, especially the words that you use when you have a conversation with yourself every single day. Now, wait a second. You might be thinking, well, I don't talk to myself. It's weird. Well, you do, because everybody does, right? Because you ask yourself, what I'm going to eat today? I didn't do this. We have these conversations. We have this inner dialogue, whether we want it or not. We are not, I don't know, animals. I have no idea what they are thinking about, but we do have thoughts, and these thoughts are kind of conversations between ourselves and ourselves. And I think these words are very, 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 very important. So what I actually did, and I did several times, also even 10 years ago, I created recordings that I listen to myself in the morning. Because sometimes I don't have sometimes I have a good energy. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm super tired. But I want to duplicate myself. I want to have my motivated version of myself with me in the morning. Now, even though we didn't create, duplicates for ourselves in the technology, we can actually duplicate ourselves. We can duplicate our voice. We can set the alarm clock not to be our favorite song, but to be us talking to ourselves. Hey Asaf, good morning. I know you're tired, but you know what you want to do. If you don't remember, I'll remind you. You know your priorities. You know what's important to you. Go ahead and attack the day. Make it. I can actually motivate myself. I can be my own mentor. I can record myself when I'm super high in energy. And I can listen to myself when I actually need to. I'm sort of creating these very deliberate conversations with myself that can help me to get into the state that I want so that I can execute what I need to execute to get where I want to be. The most powerful words in the universe. Yeah, sometimes we think about, influencing other people. There's always the quote that I remind myself of. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. So mastering others, people all talk about it all the time. Yeah, I'm dating someone. I want to get her to like me. I want to get the job interview. I want to impress them. I want to influence them. I want to say the words so they would understand me. So we would like to influence other people. But mastering yourself is true power. And mastering yourself starts with the conversations we have with others, with ourselves. These conversations are actually our thoughts. But thoughts, at least in my opinion, can be sometimes too vague or too fluffy thoughts. It's conversations. You actually talk to yourself. You actually have limiting beliefs. You limit yourself. You say to yourself things like, I will never be able to do that. This is not just a thought. It's an actual conversation. You actually say to yourself, you won't be able to do it. And guess what? You don't really know. So you have just the feeling. So why are you being so negative with yourself? And nobody listens to these words because these are silent. They are inside your head. Even your friends sitting next to you while you having these thoughts, these conversations between yourself and yourself, they don't know that you have these thoughts. And you might be, like I guess most of us, be ashamed of these thoughts. So you don't want to share them. So you have them in your mind, not just thoughts. These are conversations. These are words that you say to yourself. Nobody else hears them but you. And if these conversations make you weaker, if you use weak words, if you limit yourself, if you have all your limiting beliefs and self-negative talk, it pushes you down without even anybody else noticing. Your friends can sit next to you while you have this conversation between you and yourself, having this self-negative talk, pushing yourself downward, saying to yourself, I will never be able to do that, I will never. your friends can actually help you because it's between you and yourself. This is why it's so important. This is why it's so important. Because these are the conversations that you have all the time. You always have these thoughts, morning, noon, night, every single day, whether you want it or not. And whatever habits that you create with these thoughts, with these conversations, just it becomes part of you. If you get used to telling yourself, I will never be able to do that, I don't know how to dance, I don't know how to dance, you actually make it a reality. One, for me, I try to make these conversations more vivid, more, I want to be aware of them, self-awareness. And not just being aware of them, recreate them. Eliminate what's not helping for me and revive the things that are important to me. Mostly I do it in the morning. This is why I'm working today to create a very, I guess, interesting recording for myself when I wake up. I want to talk to myself in the morning. There are many reminders and things that I want to say to myself. Well, I can actually do that. I have all the technology that I need to do that, and I'm going to use it. Have a proper conversation with myself every single morning. Why? Because I can recreate myself just using a super simple recording app and do it. Have an amazing day. Day one. See you tomorrow.